Imagine a world where one single city-state, starting as a small cluster of mud huts on 7 hills, eventually rose to dominate over 20% of the entire human population. This was Rome, an empire so vast and influential that its laws, its language, and its grand architecture still define our modern world 2,000 years later. From the blood-stained sands of the mighty Colosseum to the cold, calculated marble halls of the Senate, this is the story of ultimate power, crushing betrayal, and a historical legacy that refused to die. Today, we step back in time to witness the birth of a legend. Hello, honorable followers of EPIS World Tales. We are thrilled to have you with us as we explore the magnificent history of the great Roman Empire. Before we begin our journey through the streets of ancient Rome, please take a moment to let us know in the comments which part of the world you are watching us from today. Your support helps us bring these untold stories to life. Now, without further delay, let's dive straight into the heart of the story. According to the ancient legends, Rome was founded in 753 BC by the twin brothers Romulus and Remus, who were said to be raised by a she-wolf. But the true story of Rome's greatness began when the people overthrew their kings and established a republic. This was a revolutionary idea for the time, a government that was, at least in principle, ruled by the Senate and the citizens. For centuries, Rome expanded its borders through iron discipline and strategic brilliance, turning from a small regional power into the master of the Mediterranean Sea. However, as Rome grew, so did the ambitions of its leaders. We see the dramatic rise of Julius Caesar, a brilliant general and politician whose name became synonymous with power. In 49 BC, Caesar made a fateful decision that would change history forever. By leading his army across the Rubicon River, he defied the Senate and ignited a brutal civil war. His victory marked the end of the Roman Republic and paved the way for the age of absolute emperors. But Caesar's rise would end in blood on the Senate floor. Stay tuned for part 2, where we explore the golden age of emperors and the eventual collapse of this mighty civilization.
Following the bloody assassination of Julius Caesar, the Roman world was left in chaos until his heir, Augustus, emerged victorious. Augustus became the first true emperor, launching an era known as the Pax Romana, or Roman peace. For over 200 years, the empire enjoyed unprecedented stability and wealth. This was a golden age where Rome transformed from a city of brick into a city of marble. During this time, the empire reached its greatest territorial extent, stretching from the rainy mists of northern Britain to the sun-scorched deserts of Egypt and the banks of the Euphrates River. But Rome's power wasn't just built on conquest, it was built on stone and water. Roman engineers were centuries ahead of their time. They constructed over 50,000 miles of paved roads that connected every corner of the empire. Roads so durable that many still exist today. They built massive aqueducts, marveling at gravity-fed engineering that carried fresh water across hundreds of miles to fuel the public baths and fountains of a city with 1 million residents. And then there was the Colosseum, the ultimate symbol of Roman grandeur and brutality, where 50,000 spectators gathered to watch gladiators fight for their lives and their glory. The iron fist that protected this vast civilization was the Roman legion. These were not just soldiers, they were highly disciplined professionals, the most advanced military force the world had ever seen. However, as the centuries passed, the very size of the empire became its greatest weakness. Managing such a massive territory led to crushing taxes, political corruption, and internal power struggles that bled the empire dry. The military, once the protector of the state, began to choose and kill emperors at will. By the 4th century, the once invincible empire was split into East and West, struggling to hold back the tide of a changing world. The end came not in a single day, but through a long and painful decline. In 410 AD, the world was shocked when the city of Rome itself was sacked by the Visigoths. By 476 AD, the Western Roman Empire had officially fallen, marking the end of ancient history and the beginning of the Dark Ages. Yet, while the political empire vanished, Rome never truly died. Its spirit lives on in our legal systems, our languages, and the architecture of our modern cities. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time at Epic World Tales. What do you think was the biggest reason for Rome's fall? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more epic history.